I think we've done it, guys. The most defended redstone house ever. This is awesome. Hey, what's up, my fellow Twisters? Welcome back to another Redstone map showcase. Today, I have a really special map for you guys. It's going to be my very own Redstone Bunker. Yes, guys, the map is finally finished. After 2 months of work, we have made this epic Redstone Bunker together. If you guys are not familiar with my channel, I made this awesome Redstone Bunker in a series where you guys gave me all of the ideas. So this is essentially our bunker. We built it, and it's one of the best, if not the best, most defended redstone houses slash bunker in Minecraft. Anyways, I've hyped it up enough. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, as you can see, the property is absolutely magnificent. There's a lot of different defenses, including this gigantic lava lake surrounding the outer perimeter, as well as a soul sand slash area with cobweb, as well as the first wall, which is going to be an electric fence, and then the second wall, which is kind of in between a gigantic lava trench. So as you can see, there is definitely a lot of defenses, and this house is pretty nice. Now, there's some other hidden defenses built into the actual bunker itself, but one thing I do want to mention is that, yet again, if you guys are not familiar with the series, every single thing that you see on this map has obsidian embedded inside of it, so it's completely nuke-proof. If you set off a nuke, which we'll do on a separate video, it's going to completely just survive. That's what it's made for, and it's really cool. And if you guys want to learn how to build anything you see in this video, I mean absolutely anything from complex redstone structures to the simple wall, you could definitely take a look at that series at the top or at the bottom left hand corner or on the top right hand corner. If you're on mobile, there should be an icon that you could click on. But anyways, guys, yeah, let's go ahead and test out the wall in game mode survival. I know I'm talking a lot, but there is a lot to say about this map since there's like so much jam packed into it. But yeah, let's go ahead and test out the electric fence in survival mode, like I said. And basically, when you walk up to the fence, we hit that trip hook wire, and bam, there we go. Lightning spawns down on top of our head. It comes after a few seconds, but that is just an extra layer of defense. It's not meant to kill you, but we do take a lot of damage, as you can see. 4 hearts, and if we come on this side and get hit again from our electric fence, quote unquote, basically we almost die. So if I come over to this side, as you can see, it works just as well, and that's going to be the final strike for me. And then I go down, and it's essentially like that in every single corner of the map. Okay, so that was the electric fence. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our entrance. Our entrance has a really cool hidden input system that is located on the soul sand next to this cobweb. We basically drop down any random item onto that block. It gets sucked down, our door opens up, a drawbridge is extended, and then all of our lava is removed from our pits. Then we can go ahead and just open up these doors and walk across. Now, I do want to mention that these doors aren't really lined up, and that's mainly because we have a gigantic redstone system underground, which we're going to be taking a look at. That's kind of blocking this from aligning, and I kind of wanted to keep it in there because it's really cool. But anyways, as you can see, the inside of our bunker and the inside of our compound is actually very nicely decorated, very lovely, and it's more calm than the outside, which looks absolutely terrifying, and that's of course done on purpose. Now let's walk into our front door. There's really nothing special over here. It's just a regular door with pressure plates. But one thing I do want to point out is, like I mentioned, our entire bunker has obsidian on the inside, and with the glass blocks on the exterior, you could definitely see that. Anyways, let's go into our bunker, and then the first bit of redstone we're going to take a look at is this lever right over here. It's going to turn on our arrow system, so let's flick it quickly and go back outside and check this out. I mean, take a look at this, guys. That is absolutely awesome. This is by far one of the best, most defended redstone houses. I mean, check that out. That is absolutely badass. We have arrows flying up into the air in every single direction of our house. It's going to create a barrage of, of course, flying arrows. That's going to deter any enemies from, coming to this area of the map. Now, let's go ahead and turn that off because my FPS is dropping very rapidly. I just walked straight through that door, by the way. All right, so there you go. That is a bunch of arrows. I'm not going to pick them all up, but you guys guys get the idea. Alright, so now let's go back into our house, and hopefully our arrows will despawn while we're in here so we're not lagging. And the next button we have is going to be a really neat system that turns on all the lighting in this section of the house. It implements the same exact redstone lighting that is like available for the wall itself. Now I can't really explain it, but if you guys have seen the series, you understand why this is so awesome, because it's so compact. I mean, the wall is only 3 blocks thick, and we have a bunch of redstone lighting built into the interior and exterior. Now if you come back outside, you can see that the lights on the outside are on as well, and they just look really nice, and they're you know, pretty well made. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that you don't want to put a pressure plate over here, because it will activate, you know, the piston that's below that block. But anyways, to the right-hand section of our bunker, we have a lovely redstone kitchen. We come back over here, hit that lever, it turns on some separate lighting, which yet again is very nicely implemented into the exterior of the building. You can barely notice that it's over there. And in this area, we have a working stove, as well as a working fridge, and a garbage disposal. Basically, drop down items onto this cauldron, and it goes down into our garbage chute. And then we have a working fridge. We basically hit that lever, then look at the block at the bottom, like in between the block. Then we have our fridge right over here. We could pop in any one of our items that we want, put in some arrows into the fridge, why not, and then close the fridge and come back for it later. Then we could go ahead and cook some food on our grill, basically grab some raw muttons and grab ourselves an input block that's going to be our fuel source. We come back over here and click on our chest, place down our charcoal in there. It gets dispensed into our furnace, and then we drop our items onto the grill, and then it cooks and is outputted in this chest right over there. I'm not gonna wait to show you guys that, because I mean, it's just the grill. Let's go on to the more complex stuff. Now the next thing we're going to take a look at in this house is another hidden block input, and we drop down yet again another item of our choice right over here. It gets sucked down into the ground. Our block is pulled down, and then we could go ahead and click on a button by shift and right clicking. Now before we do that, I do want to give you guys a nice look of the bedroom. Very basic stuff, but yeah, let's go back over here, shift, and then right click on that button with nothing in your hand. It should go ahead and click that button. You run, jump down onto our carpet, and then we fall down to the bottom area of our bunker. It's like a secret hidden area. This door over here is going to be the maintenance if you want to go out and kind of replenish the arrows in that system. Unfortunately, you do have to do it manually, and there's a lot of arrows, but yeah, let's go back over here. We have a button that's going to allow us to basically pop back up, but I'll show you guys that at the end of the video, since I already came down here. We have a nice lovely hallway. We have Vault 111, which was requested by a lot of you. Basically, we flick this lever, it opens up this very simple slime block door. Then we have a few bunkers or bunk beds in here with some awesome redstone lighting behind these paintings, which is also turned on when you flick that lever to open the door. So basically, if someone locks you in here, it's going to be extremely dark, because there's no lighting when you know, the lever is not activated. So let's go ahead and close that. Bam, there we go. And we have a small area right over here. Now what you can do is have a hidden input here as well, but for the sake of the video, I just left a button. So let's go ahead and click on that button. It opens up a staircase in the ground, taking us to the main section of the bunker. And in this section of the bunker, we have a security system. It's actually a laser pitfall trap, and it also has a password inputs implemented into it. So this is actually one of the most complex structures in the map itself. It implements a laser detection system along with a pitfall trap, along with a passcode input, like I mentioned. But anyways, here is the 4 buttons for a passcode, and this is the reset button. Basically, the passcode, if you're watching this video, is 1, 4, 3, and 2. And that will basically turn off our laser pitfall trap. Basically, when you walk over it, it will, you know, activate the same exact trap, and the timing is perfect to where you will fall into this lava pit and die. So I really don't need to show you guys that, because, I mean, when we deactivate the system, it technically just activates it to expose where it is, and then you can just walk on the side of it. Now, before we do that, let's go ahead and flick this lever to turn on all of the lights for this floor of the building, and then we could go ahead and take a look at the rest of our stuff. Alright, so here we are on the second level of our bunker. I had to take a small breather because I was talking a lot. But anyways, yeah, this is all the redstone lighting implemented into one. There's actually a lot of redstone that went into these vertical waterfall lighting systems. And you know what? Let's actually take a look at this. We could basically come back here. And yeah, that is our passcode lock input. And this is our, what do you call it, lights for our waterfall. And there's the other lights. And yeah, I'm pretty proud of the system. And then we have all the other lighting in the ceiling kind of spread out throughout the entire floor. As we take a look at it, I'll show you that. Over here we have an awesome little enchantment room. We drop down another item and it basically pops up with all of these bookcases. Now, as you can tell, I'm really in love with this whole hopper system of just dropping items down and activating stuff. But yeah, it's still pretty cool nonetheless. Over here we have an armor stand swapper that's going to cycle between three different armor stands. That was kind of a tongue twister for me, but yeah, this is a gym. We have a trampoline, we have some other random decorations and working lockers similar to the fridge in the you know, previous kitchen that we saw. And then we could go ahead and grab ourselves our diamond helmet, or let's see what's in here. We have iron leggings. So whatever, that is pretty much our gym. I mean, you could obviously download the map and add in a lot of other stuff, but I just added in those things because I thought it was pretty awesome. And also you guys, you know, suggested it for me in the comments of my Let's Build series. Now on this side we have an awesome prison slash control room, so let's go ahead and open up that door. As you can see, the place looks really nice. We have a kind of waterfall area that's lit up and it has some stained glass right in front of it. But this is basically our finished prison system. I know those of you that have been watching my Let's Build series, I just built 2 of the cells, but I went ahead and built out all 8 of them, and it's basically going to have different numbers. This one starts at R4, ends at R1. This one starts at B1 and then ends at B4. And this one is going to be our reset for our laser detection system. So let's go ahead and actually take a look at this while we're at it. And we can just walk across here. And there we go. We fall directly into our trap. Alright, so let's go back into our control room and check out the cells and then see how they work. So basically, we go through this door. It is nicely decorated. These lights are connected to the switch at the front of the area, and we can go past these guards, walk into our cell location. There's numbers over the doors to indicate which button you need to press, and then we have our cells, which is pretty nicely decorated. Let's go back over here and actually activate this so we could get in. I'm gonna click on B1 and then R1. It activates a T flip-flop, which opens up the door, and you can't actually open the door with a lever because it is inverted. That way it's like always open or always activated, if you guys understand. But basically this is going to be the maximum security harsh prison for those people who always want to mess with you. As you can see, it just has a bed, some lava, some skulls, and of course a bathroom toilet. And on this side we have the minor punishments, which is going to be a little bit brighter. We have a bit of grass as well as water, and that could actually be a luxury if this is, you know, to be used in a post-apocalyptic Fallout shelter. But anyways, there's a bed over here as well as a toilet yet again, and we could open up each cell individually using our awesome redstone system. And I spent a lot of time doing this for some reason, even though it's like a really simple thing to do. But let's go ahead and take a look at our redstone. It's pretty complex, I do have to say. I'm not gonna brag about it, but I didn't do this on camera. This is mainly why I want to show those of you who are interested in it. But basically I dug out an entire area back here and I linked up all of the buttons, like really complex by the way, because I had to like figure out how to put all of this redstone like a couple blocks away from each other without overlapping. And I just put down a ton of redstone torches, and basically just goes towards a T flip-flop, which is basically at the bottom of the door. Very simple stuff. Let's go ahead and just go back to our control room. There we go. And now we could take a look at the final level in our building. Now, this did take a really long time to construct, even though I am going like through it really fast. But yeah, at the end of the hallway, we have ourselves a realistic elevator. As you can see, I could send the elevator down, bring it back up, and it, you know, works like a normal elevator. So let's go ahead and stand in it. click on that button, and then we go down to the 3rd floor. Alright guys, so here it is, the 3rd floor. This is going to be the final area in the building. I hope you guys enjoy it, but we basically walk down over here, and yes, check this out. We have a gigantic underground artificial ecosystem filled with animals, farms, and just a ton of cool things. So as you can see, this is our balcony. There is glowstone built into it, and I kind of went cheap on this end, and I put torches. I wanted to put in redstone lighting, but at this point in the build, after 10 episodes, I was super annoyed of doing so much redstone lighting, so I was like, you know what, let me just put torches. And I did end up putting a gigantic redstone wall over there, so we'll get to that in just a second. But basically over here we have a button that's going to open up this epic vault, and here we go. So bam, there is the entrance to our vault, a 4x4 door. It's super, you know, flush and clean with the wall or whatever. I mean, if I was using the same block, but I kind of decorated it or whatever. But yeah, that is basically a vault door. There we go. We could close it up, and we have some more torches, as well as a chest over here, which is going to be where we store either food or anything valuable. Now, one thing, like I mentioned, is that, you know, everything is surrounded by obsidian, so if a nuke goes off, we have protection in this area. And the reason I didn't add in redstone lighting is because our prison is right above, as well as our lava pit for our laser detection system. It's actually on the right hand side, and you know what, I think our prison is down there. It's not over here, so I'm not really sure why I didn't add in redstone lighting, but like I mentioned, I was possibly very sick of it at this point in the series. But anyways, that is going to be our vaults. Then we can go down here in our ladder to our different farms. We don't need to do that, we can just fly, but basically in each different level we have different farms that are growing. We could grow pretty much anything that we like. It's manual farms, not anything automatic. And one thing I do want to mention to you guys is that if you download the map and add in, say, automated farms, you add in an extra area, an extra floor, you add in better things, and you improve the map, I would really love to see that, guys. I would possibly showcase it on my channel and give you guys a huge shout out, because I mean, I could not put in as much time as I wanted into the map. So if you guys improve it for me, that would just be really incredible. I would love to see it, and you could tweet me that on Twitter. My DMs are open. But anyways, up down here we have a huge area, like I mentioned, and we can go ahead and turn on our redstone wall by coming over here, clicking on this button, and then it turns on all of that lighting. So take a look at that, guys. That is so freaking awesome. And this is an area that basically has 2 lakes, possibly the last bit of water on the planet of Minecraft. We have some sheep, some cows, and some pigs, as well as a lot of trees just in case. And also it's quite dark because I'm using shaders, but let's go ahead and take up the shaders. As you can see, the place is pretty nicely lit. So yeah, that is basically going to be this section of our world. I kind of like the way it turned out, to be honest. So anyways, guys, that is basically going to wrap up today's redstone map showcase. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please take 1 second to smack the like button, leave a comment down below, tell me what you thought. I would really love to hear your opinions, as well as don't forget to subscribe to see more awesome redstone maps, map showcases, Minecraft related content, redstone tutorials, and a ton more. Anyways, this was Twiistz, and I'll see you guys later.